In this video, I'm going to tell you about the biggest mistake I've ever done reselling on Amazon. It's almost embarrassing, but I'm hoping that by me telling you this, you will avoid making costly mistakes yourself. Simply put, when I first started selling on Amazon, I got carried away with my shopping sprees online big time. I would sit hours upon hours on the computer buying a ton of inventory, a ton of thousands worth of inventory. And the reason for that is I thought that they were all profitable products. It's like, oh my God, I found one good item, buy it. Oh my God, I found another good item, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. I would literally spend thousands. And then by the time the products hit Amazon FBA, guess what happened? They would just sit there without selling. So they would take months to sell, or they wouldn't sell at all. So I had to liquidate all the inventory. And I ended up losing a lot of money. But that was way back in the day. Nowadays, I am very, very methodical about my purchasing decisions. I have very strict and specific criteria and parameters that the products must meet before I purchase them. And if they don't meet them, I just skip to the next. No emotions, a strictly analytical data. So I want to share with you the 12 mistakes that most beginners are making when doing online arbitrage and sourcing for Amazon FBA. But before we continue, can you please do me a huge favor and like this video and subscribe to the channel. Oh, more importantly than liking and subscribing, if you could comment down below, I want to hear from you. I want to hear all your questions and I will personally answer your questions. So I'm looking forward to your comments down below. What are your most challenging things that you're facing with Amazon FBA right now? What are you having trouble with? Ask the questions, I'll answer them. I love answering questions. Oh, and by the way, if you are looking for free trials and discounts on all the tools that I'm using, check out the video description. I got discounts and free trials for you. Oh, don't forget to join my Discord channel as well. And now let's move on to the 12 mistakes you shouldn't be making. So here we go with mistake number one. Mistake number one is thinking that you are buying the correct product, but instead you are buying the wrong product. Now let me show you. So for example, here we have what appears to be a very profitable product. As you can see, it's a 2-pack. If you get a maximum cost of $26 or so, you can make it profitable. And here on the Chewy side, it's around $26, for the 2-pack. But you should always look for the detail on the source, on the retailer, and on Amazon. So always look at the description. See, obviously, the description on Amazon is always going to be a little bit different than the description on the retailer website, but make sure that all the details match. So here we have premium jerky cuts made with real chicken, and here premium jerky cuts, and then chicken. The brand is True Chews, and here the brand is also True Chews. So everything looks good. The picture, now you look at the picture, premium jerky cuts with real chicken, premium jerky cuts with real chicken. Everything looks great. Now you look at the weight, okay? 12 ounce at Chewy and 12 ounce on Amazon. At this point, you might think that I'm going completely nuts. These products are exactly the same, aren't they? But wait, you should always look at the UPC code. So if you have Seller Amp, which by the way, if you don't, grab your 14-day trial on the description below the video. The best tool for online sourcing by far. You grab the UPC code, which is this, and you always want to try to match that UPC code with the retailer, with the source. So some stores like Walgreens will have their UPC code somewhere here. Some other stores like Walmart, you have to do a little right click on the mouse and view page source, and then Control or Command F to look through the view page source, and you put UPC. But see, Chewy's doesn't have it. You can also put GTIN, 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 and here they have it, GTIN. So either UPC or GTIN in the view page source to find the UPC code at the retailer website. So in this case, the UPC is this one. It ends in 308. See, it does not match this one. But hold on, it gets better. Oh, by the way, if you are unable to find the UPC or GTIN code in the view page source, another little trick that you can do, go through the pictures and see here in the picture, you will find, after you zoom in, you will find the same UPC code that we found on the view page source. You will find it here and manually jot it down in notes or whatever format you have, and then try to match it with the source on Amazon. So that's another trick for you. But at this point, you're probably wondering, hey, Hernan, that's okay. You know, sometimes UPC codes don't match. Fine. And I agree. Sometimes it's okay. Even if the UPC code doesn't match, but all the images and the description and everything looks great, then yeah, you have a winning product right there. But it's not the case here, because one last check. If you do find a UPC code like we did here, open a new tab on Amazon and plug the UPC code that you found at Chewy's or the retailer website here in the search bar, and it will show you the exact match for that UPC code, which in this case is this one. So now we have two listings, one with the correct UPC code sold as a single unit and one with the incorrect UPC code sold as a 2-pack. You could potentially sell it as a 2-pack, but you're taking a big risk, and I'll tell you why. Studying this other listing, which is priced way more competitively, as you see, a buyer can get exactly the same product at $13 versus a 2-pack for $45. 45 divided by 2, it's $24.50. So this ASIN number is priced double the price as this one. So which item is the buyer going to prefer? Not only that, we can see that Amazon is on this listing with a huge amount of stock. So in my experience, when Amazon is on the listing, capitalize their own sales before third-party seller sales. So in this case, it would be a big pass for me. So that's mistake number one. Let's move on to mistake number two. So let's take this product sold by Walmart at 6. This is mistake number two. Mistake number two is going into a listing where the main and only seller is the brand itself. This may not pop up on software like IP Alert, but it may mean that in the near future, the brand will start issuing IP complaints against your account if you decide to join the listing. So be careful with this. Never go into a listing where the only seller is the brand itself, like in this case. So this is the same product here at Walmart, $16.48, and it could be a huge profit here sold on Amazon at almost $50. But the brand here is Cute Bee, the Cute Bee store. And we see that Cute Bee is the only seller in this listing. The keeper chart will look something like this, where it's only one seller. And by the way, this is an entire year worth of data. An entire year worth of data with only the brand selling this. What do you think that means? Do they want other sellers in the listing? No, no, no. No other sellers allowed. They want to monopolize this listing themselves. So mistake number two, don't go in a listing where the brand is the only seller. It will jeopardize your account. Mistake number three, never, ever, ever go into a listing where IP Alert pops up an alert that says this brand is known for IP complaints. By the way, if you don't have IP Alert yet, grab a $30 discount code on the description below. This is probably one of the very few tools that I recommend you paying for. It's a complete essentially, especially if you're doing online arbitrage. You get it for an entire lifetime. I think it's $200 or an annual membership. Worth every single penny. It will get you out of trouble, keep you out of trouble by not entering and buying brands that after you buy and send the inventory to FBA, they will file an IP complaint against your account and will get your account in trouble. If you have enough IP complaints in your account, you will get suspended. I think it's 3 or 4 IP complaints at once without being resolved. So an essential tool. I highly, highly recommend it. Mistake number 3, pretty obvious. Moving on. Mistake number 4, buying from third-party sellers in other stores like Walmart or Kmart or Sears that are not reputable. These are probably scammy sellers that are selling knockoff products, so be super careful. This is probably not the best example because, as you see, this seller has 11 reviews with 5-star rating, which is extremely good. But look at the delivery date, April 12th. Right now we are on March 16th. Why is it taking almost an entire month, almost 30 days to ship out this item? Reputable sellers will either be using Walmart's fulfillment service or they will be shipping it themselves with a maximum of 3-day handling time. So why is it taking this seller a full month? It's completely unacceptable and it raises a lot of red flags. Another big red flag is if the seller would have under a 3-star rating or only 1 review, then I would be very suspicious. And one last red flag would be if the seller name there, a very long, non-in-English type of seller name, stay away from those. Better to err on the right side as opposed to the wrong side. Mistake number 5. This is a big one, especially for beginners. They start buying a bunch of inventory and they fail to check whether they are gated or ungated to sell this item. And then they have to start getting ungated. They might get rejected for months until they get, and meanwhile that inventory is sitting in their house or in their prep center. Like for example, as you see, I am not eligible, uneligible, not gated to sell this particular brand, the Now Foods brand. So make sure to scan or run each of the brands or the products that you want to sell through SellerAmp or plug them in manually, add it as a new product on Amazon Seller Central to make sure that you are capable of selling it, that you have no restrictions. Mistake number 6. Now, I've been trying to find an example for this, but I think the best way to show you is somebody posted on my Discord channel back in the day if it was safe to buy a product that they were interested in from this website that looked a little fishy, a little suspicious. So as you see, hi, is there anybody knows about this site, galaxyrt.com? There are good prices in the toy category, but it looks a little fake. And I said, oh my God, stay away from sites like that. And the reason for that, there is a lot of, and if we go to that website, they obviously, this is a website by the way, they obviously changed the website and now the website is something else. It's not even, see, it used to be about toys. It used to be toys and now it's some gambling stuff, which is completely crazy. So anyway, stay away from fake looking websites. They are generally a Shopify type of website and you'll be able to identify these websites pretty easily. If it doesn't look legit straight off the bat, if it doesn't look like an established brand or retailer, stay away. You don't want to put your credit card details, first of all, on that website. And second of all, you don't trust them to know that your products are actually going to arrive, that they are going to ship out the products. And 3, if they do ship out the products, they might be knockoffs, they might be fake. And if you send those to Amazon, that's a huge red flag. Customers are going to complain, Amazon will investigate, and they will put your account in danger. So only buy from reputable it's okay to buy from third-party websites. I do that a lot, but I have my list of reputable sources that I buy from. If it doesn't look right, stay away. Step number 7, or mistake number 7, to buy meltable inventory during non-meltable season. Let me explain this. First of all, if you're buying candy or chocolate, you will see on SellerAmp the big M. This M indicates whether the item is meltable or not. In this case, yes, it's chocolate, it melts. What does that mean? Meltable goods can be sent to Amazon from October 16th to April 30th. So if you find profitable meltable items and you're in October 16th, send them out to Amazon, no problem. But make sure that they sell before April 30. Because what happens after April 30 if you want to send meltable inventory or you have meltable inventory in the Amazon warehouse, they will automatically remove it. They refuse to store meltable items in their warehouse, and that will be a complete loss for you. So make sure to abide by those rules. Another twist around is if you want to find profitable meltable items during meltable season and you want to fulfill them via FBM, fulfilled by merchant. In this case, every sale you get, you will need to fulfill yourself, and that is okay. Just make sure that you wrap them okay so that they don't melt while they are being shipped to the customer and ends up in a complaint or in a bad review. But my general opinion is to stay completely away from meltable items approaching meltable season. Mistake number 8, to buy dangerous goods or hazmat items. You will see that on Seller Amp right here. H for hazmat or DG for dangerous goods. Hazmat and dangerous goods. What that means is that the item is either flammable or dangerous to deal with when being received by the Amazon warehouse. This includes anything paint or sprays or anything with a battery like cameras or headphones. Anything with a battery is considered hazmat and dangerous goods. A lot of people make a lot of money focusing exclusively in selling dangerous goods, but not me. I've learned my lesson. The very few times that I found good items, I tried to ship them out via my prep center, it ended up being a huge loss and a huge nightmare to deal with. The reason for that is hazmat products require special instructions to be shipped out. They need a special label, and usually when you're trying to create a shipment via Amazon, they will prompt you to ship it out yourself. So you will have to pay regular shipping fees as opposed to the advantaged UPS fees through Amazon fulfillment. Now, this might not be a huge issue if you're fulfilling it yourself via FBM, but if you're like me and you fulfill pretty much everything through a prep center, prep centers do not like these products, or maybe they do like them because they charge handsomely for dealing with hazmat. And for one product, I've been paying like $10, $15 extra to handle hazmat products. So I've learned my lesson a long time ago, and now I am staying away from hazmat products. Hopefully you will too. Mistake number 9. Mistake number 9 is to enter a listing where Amazon is on the listing and they have a lot of stock. If you look at the Keepa chart and you see this number over 90%, stay away. If Amazon has over 90% of the buy box share, that means that Amazon is a dominant force in that listing, and they will likely capitalize and monopolize the buy box, and they won't give it to you unless you significantly lower your price, which may result in a loss for you. So do not go into listings where Amazon is on the listing being the dominant buy box share. And on the same token, don't go on listing. This is mistake number 10. Don't go on a listing where a seller, FBM or FBA, has a lot of stock. Look at this guy, has more than 1,000 units. More than 1,000 units. So if you're gonna buy like 5 units, do you think, what are the chances of you competing against somebody who has 1,000 units? Very low, unless you significantly lower your prices, maybe 5% lower, 10% lower, to be able to compete with such a dominant force. So stay away from listings where other sellers are the dominant force. That's mistake number 10. Mistake number 11. Now this is a huge one. When you are thinking about how to price the unit that you just bought or that you are considering buying, do not use, depending on the circumstances, there are exceptions, but do not use the current buy box price or the current FBM or lowest FBA price. Like for example, in this listing, the lowest price seller is at $41.50. If we were to price it at $41.50, it tells me, oh, okay, okay, the maximum cost here is $21.83. So as long as I can purchase this unit under $21.83, it will be profitable, right? But if we see the 30-day buy box, this is what was the average buy box price in the last 30 days. It was only $19.72. Huge difference between $19.32 and $41.50, which will make a huge difference in your maximum cost. So for example, let's say I plug in $19.32 here. Now I can only spend $4. Before it was like 18 or so, or 21, something crazy like that. And I will end up eating a huge loss. If we look at the Keepa chart, it will confirm it. The Keepa chart tells me that this unit has been selling consistently around $18, not at $42. What happens is that Amazon was on this listing. Now Amazon is no longer in stock, and Amazon sellers took over and they skyrocketed the price to more than double. Don't let that excite you. You should always price according to what you've been seeing over an extended amount of time. Otherwise, you're putting yourself in a huge amount of risk. And lastly, mistake number 12 are products that have variations. You will see that on Seller Amp under the letter V, variations. This listing has 2 variations. So you will see in the estimated sales, it says 47 per month. Not too shabby. So this item supposedly sells 47 units per month. But is that true? The real way to calculate this is, unfortunately, Seller Amp, I think they are working through a variations tool, or to include that in their tool. I use 2 tools. I use Seller Amp and AEC Insight. AEC Insight does have a tool for variations. I'll show you right now. So with AEC Insight, you go here, variations, and you will just plug in the AC number, because the AC number that Seller Amp will show you is the current one, which is the 36 count. Plug that in there, and then you look at the rating percentage. And basically, this is the percentage of the estimated sales that you can count this ACing on having. So as you see, it's very tiny. It's less than 1 in this case, because if we multiply 47 multiplied by 0.0027, that's not even 1 unit sold per month, which is absolutely crazy. On the other hand, the 78 count, this has more than 99%, more than 99%. See, 99.73% of this. Oh wow, and actually the sales change on this one, which is a little bit weird, but yes, that would be a great item to sell, the 78 count, not the 36 count. So always make sure to calculate the correct estimated sales per month based on the variation. So don't just go with the estimated, oh wow, 47 per month, this is great. No, don't go like that. Calculate the variations before buying an item. So now you know the 12 things that you should definitely not do when you're doing online arbitrage. Remember, doing these things is going to lose you money. You have to be very careful when you're doing online arbitrage. Make sure to be super detail oriented and look at every single possible angle, all the data, all the big picture before you spend your money. Because if you don't, the item will take a long time to sell, or you will have to sell it at a loss. By the way, if you're tired of doing your own sourcing, I have my own OA leads list that I prepare myself. Nobody does it but me. The list is currently full, but make sure to sign up to be notified. So when a spot opens, you'll be notified on your mail and you could join if you want to. It's been extremely helpful for other sellers that don't want to spend hours upon hours of their own time preparing their own leads. Also, very important, make sure to join my Discord channel. It's absolutely free. Great conversations are happening there. And make sure to comment. I really want to hear your questions because I like answering your questions and helping you guys. And like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the videos get out there a little bit more and makes me more motivated to continue uploading extremely good content for you guys. I hope this one helped, and I'll see you on the next video. Keep the good work up.